MacDonald rules in the back. I want you to fight a clean, fight hard fight. Protect yourself at all times. You want to touch gloves? Good luck to both of you.
Big John McCarthy, our referee. Matt Hughes said years ago, Joe, you are not a true champion until you defend. His longtime friend will try to do that against Rory MacDonald. Lawler, MacDonald for the belt. Here we go! Lawler, the southpaw, in the dark trunks, white trunks for Rory MacDonald.
Good straight right by Rory. Rory fights long, Mike.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that presents his opponents with a lot of problems. He's very good at closing distance and then getting away.
The chance of USA for Lawler. Good left hand.
Both guys just measuring each other.
Yep.
Looking for openings.
15th year as a professional for Lawler. So that goes back to when Rory MacDonald was 10 years old. Nice jab.
Strong inside leg kick by Robbie.
Rory returns. Lot of mutual respect here, Joe. There's that long right again.
Didn't quite make it, though. Caught him on the end of it.
Rory, a great athlete, as both men are. Jonathan Chainberg has worked very closely over the years, the strength and conditioning of Rory MacDonald.
Robbie is showing patience in this fight, Mike. And that might not be anticipated by Rory. We're seeing a thinking Robbie Lawler. You're seeing a guy who's still growing and learning.
Robbie says, I'm good, let's go. I mean, Robbie even said the other day, Joe, that he's grown as a fighter in the last 7 months.
Well, they say that about a guy who becomes a champion. When a guy becomes a champion, his confidence grows. And you saw that from Robbie as he's standing there being introduced. He was loving it. He was enjoying it. Much more animated than we've seen from him in the past.
Absolutely. It's been quite a journey for Robbie Lawler. Amazingly, too, Joe, the first champion from American Top Team. And he's staying right out of harm's way, right at the end and then a little bit back of that right hand of Rory MacDonald. The southpaw orthodox matchup. Watch for those straight punches.
Both guys very cautious here. They realize also this is a 5-round fight.
Yes.
Conserving the gas tank.
Just the second 5-round fight for Rory MacDonald.
There's that right hand again. Rory looking for the uppercut as well. Looking to get Robbie to open up and be aggressive, which is his usual style. But so far, Robbie laying back, being very patient.
Robbie said years ago if he were a baseball player, he'd be a home run hitter. Lawler always has that left hand ready to go. Rory's last 5-rounder was against Tarek Safadine, his most recent win in Halifax. He finished that fight in the 3rd.
Rory's having some good success with that kick to the body from the back leg.
Under 90 seconds.
And there's a shot, stuffed, and nice knee. Nice knee by Robbie as well. Robbie's been spending a lot of time working with King Mo Lual, who's an outstanding wrestler. And a lot of training with him, tightening up that wrestling defense as well as his takedowns. And again, it's one of those things about having such an amazing gym like American Top Team. So many great uppercut to the body by Lawler. It was a hard shot to the body.
We listen into Lawler's corner. There's the man you mentioned, Joe.
And there's that kick again. That one glanced off the cup on the way in.
And he was warned by John McCarthy. Robbie landed that, landed that right hand, Joe. Heard his corner calling for the 2-3 with that straight left and a hook with the right. Up the middle, like you said earlier.
Same shot. It's a front kick to the body.
20 seconds. Nicely done. Good connection. That was a 3-2. Final seconds.
The only problem with a round like this, they're feeling each other out, but who the hell knows who won that round? You know, I mean, you really can't go back to your corner confident.
Which fighter will that be against, potentially? We do not know quite yet. Round 2. Up the middle of that kick again, Joe.
He keeps glancing off the cup, though. He did it again. You see there's a red mark on the belly of Robbie Lawler where he's landing it, though. But several times he's knocked off the cup on the way in. Just the trajectory of the kick.
2002, Robbie Lawler, considered the Mike Tyson of MMA, and the champ is watching Octagon side tonight.
Robbie's having good success with that right jab.
A lot of footwork. Significant strikes thus far. Rory MacDonald plus 10. Robbie trying to close in now. Just stuck the jab right in the face of Lawler there. Robbie looking to parry that lead hand and deliver the left.
Robbie checked that leg kick from Rory well.
There's
good
a good
straight left.
And answered by MacDonald.
Rory opened up with that combination there.
Well done.
Oh,
Up the
and went
middle.
to the chin.
And you know what? He's been setting it up going low, Joe.
He likes to throw that fake front and then turn into a roundhouse kick as well.
th time, Lawler has been scheduled for 5 rounds.
Again to the body.
Measure.
For Asahabi.
Measure. Beautiful. You're doing beautiful. You're doing beautiful. Beautiful. Pick him apart, baby.
TriStar knows a little something about champions. GSP, one of the greatest ever, and a true mentor to Rory MacDonald.
He mixed it up well there with a good straight to the body, but Robbie caught him again with that jab. Oh, he went high with that. Very nicely done. Out of nowhere.
Back to the center. Lead hook just missed.
Yeah, Rory's doing a good job of staying just on the outside of that, catching it on the very end.
That kick that he keeps going to, Joe, is starting to open up other options. And as you mentioned, you can see the redness on the stomach of Lawler.
Yeah, it will pay. It will pay dividends if he keeps landing it. And he did it again. But Robbie's starting to block it now. He's not letting it go through. Partly because he anticipates it is coming, but also because it's doing damage.
Let's see if Robbie,
he went there with the punch.
In blocking it, leaves an opening for Rory, though.
Well, as Robbie is getting more aggressive to try to pay Rory back, now Rory's having a better success countering, but that was a beautiful 1-2 by Robbie.
Such great footwork.
Oh, nice combination.
Little slip and rip. Rory's busted up a bit, Joe.
That was that 1-2 by Robbie, and again.
Lawler feeling it. You can tell by the way he's moving right now. Feels the momentum.
And Rory with a nice combination. Oh,
and
nice.
again.
And again.
Good counters by MacDonald.
Oh,
big left hand by
Robbie. They're opening up.
Robbie pushing forward. The rematch for the title.
There's a lot of blood.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pouring out of Rory's nose.
Robbie's busted him up, and we're just in the second round.
Robbie. Good 1-2.
again with a combination that scores with now just 30 seconds on the clock.
He is such a much more polished striker. In this most recent run in the UFC, he's just a completely different fighter.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's incredible that after all these years, he's still learning and growing.
Again, he connects. Rory, though, again on the counter. Final seconds.
Robbie tagged with another left hand in that exchange. And that is his big power shot. He throws that sweeping hook, too, to set up the straight left.
Let's see what Hobby says here, Joe. Adjustments are needed. Rory has won 8 of his last 9 fights. The only setback, Robbie Lawler, UFC 167. Rory was very calm in his corner, despite a good round for Robbie Lawler. Hobby said he's getting a little anxious in there, forcing it too much.
Well, Robbie has been so patient, so uncharacteristically patient. And this is, again, a part of the maturing process that we've recognized from him. He's just getting better.
Robbie has finished 20 of his 25 wins with 19 by strikes. 5 of those kicks and knees. Rory looking to find the range, take the momentum back. It's a good second round for the champion.
And that was one of very few kicks that Robbie's thrown in this fight. Making sure he doesn't get taken down. Oh, good left hand.
Rolled underneath it and boom.
Snapped his head back.
Robbie again steps in. Rory looks to answer. Lawler keeping MacDonald at the end of that jab.
Beautiful straight jab again, a stinging jab by Robbie Lawler.
The jab, the significant difference here in this fight, and there are few better than George St. Pierre with the utilization of the jab. Robbie's doing it against Rory so far. Can he get a takedown?
He's looking for it. Wow, beautiful sprawl by Lawler. Beautiful.
Outstanding.
And punishes him.
Rory's taken down 8 of the 9 opponents.
Oh, wow.
He's attempted to get to the ground. He hasn't done it yet against Robbie.
Rory's face is a mess. He's bleeding from several cuts now.
Yeah, he's by far taken more damage tonight than in any fight in his career. Vancouver, he was 7 seconds in what many believed away from victory. Carlos Condit turned it up in 2010 in the previously mentioned meeting with Robbie Lawler. 18 wins despite those 2 fights. You can see how the momentum is changing towards the champion.
Well, clearly from the second round on, it's been Robbie Lawler getting the better of the exchanges and definitely doing the most damage. And this round, even more impressive. I mean, Rory is really busted up. He is a mask of blood.
And Robbie looks good. Robbie looks, well, he took that one, but Robbie looks like he hasn't taken much damage at all, Joe.
Even when that was a nice shot by Rory. Even when Rory's landing these shots, Robbie's managing to get just out of the way of them. So they slide off of him or catches him on the end.
Right there.
Oh, he caught him with a nice short right hook.
Yeah, he did. Just over a minute and a half on the clock here in round 3.
Rory also can't breathe out of his nose right now, so he's forced to fight with his mouth open.
You heard Hobby in the corner saying, don't clear the nose, watch as he went in after that round to get attended to. Also makes you susceptible to the knockout. A big cut on the forehead over the right eye of Rory as well.
And even though Robbie's had Rory hurt, has damaged him considerably, he's still very patient. And that's the new Robbie Lawler.
Sometimes it's your second or third trip around the track, which is your best.
So he's catching them on the very end of these, which really doesn't have a significant impact.
Right.
It's like the power area, Robbie, blocked that, but he might have hurt him.
Yeah, he's staggered. Rory closing in now. Robbie staggered by that kick.
He's hurt.
He's hit again. MacDonald again with the head kick.
Robbie's in big trouble, Mike.
Rory feels
Flying
it.
knee, elbow.
20 seconds. MacDonald pouring it on. 15
Nasty
seconds.
elbows.
Robbie trying to get out of the way. Looking to survive. Wow.
Robbie Lawler.
Rory MacDonald.
He's badly hurt. He has wobbled back to his corner, Mike.
Head kick landed.
Wow. Excellent punches. This is a wild fight.
Championship rounds. First time ever for Rory MacDonald.
There's that head kick again. Robbie's in trouble. He is in trouble.
Sahabi said you are figuring him out.
That front kick, what a combination.
Nice elbows. MacDonald with a knee. Looking to finish it right here and become the champion.
Kick to the body. That front kick, he says he's fine.
John's McCarthy right on top of it.
He's talking to him. Robbie turns to him. He keeps saying, I'm fine. Leave me alone.
Those kicks to the body hurt Lawler.
And to the head again.
This is a whole different fight.
This is incredible. Beautiful elbows by Rory.
Rory trying to break him down now. Round 4. Robbie fires back. Some swelling on the right eye of Lawler.
Again with the head kick.
Robbie getting wobbly out there.
Completely different fight here. Rory's just picking him apart from here.
One head kick and boom, everything turned, Joe.
And Robbie still looks like he's on wobbly legs.
Absolutely.
He doesn't look like he's penetrating with his punches.
Rory staying careful, staying disciplined. All of a sudden, the momentum on his side, and that's got to give this kid confidence.
And Robbie's not offering any threat right now either.
Right. Rory was confident, of course, coming in. Robbie was very good early. Rory frustrated. Now he's getting the better of Robbie Lawler. 2 minutes into round 4.
Again, he masked it with the punch.
Firas Zahabi talked about that, Joe, in the corner.
Superman punch.
Superman landed. Look at the blood, though, still from Rory MacDonald.
Good right hook by Robbie.
Robbie back on the board. What a fight.
Good combination by Lawler. Lawler seems to be recovering.
They meet. Uppercut landed by MacDonald. They work in the clinch.
Robbie with the kick to the body. Beautiful elbow by Robbie. Nice jab.
Yep, stiff jab. Connects again.
Roy's getting a little reckless here, Mike.
And that's what Zahabi said, don't do. Be patient. You're starting to figure him out. Lawler's starting to work his way back. Answered that head kick with a combination.
Nice 1-2 by Rory.
Robbie was in a
beautiful shot. Look at that sprawl by Lawler. Outstanding.
Right after him again. Robbie was in trouble. John McCarthy. Watch Robbie work his way into this round that now has 90 seconds remaining. Robbie, the dominant striker, rounds 1 and 2. Rory, amazing in round 3.
Again, that front kick to the body.
Joe, their last fight was very even until the last minute or 2. That was a 3-round battle.
Good right hand over the top for Rory. A lot of blood coming out of Robbie's mouth now.
Yeah. So you want to be a mixed martial artist. Rory just showing so much determination. Working through very deep water early. Now Robbie looking to connect again. 20 seconds remain in round 4.
Both guys are standing much more flat-footed in these exchanges, Mike. As they fatigue, they're having a harder time getting out of the way of these shots, and it makes these exchanges much more dangerous.
And both of them having a tough time breathing.
Again, he goes to that head kick.
Wow, how good is this? Robbie cleared the blood, stared down Rory. Joe, Rory was going nowhere.
Hey, buddy. He's got it. 5 more minutes. Let's go. 5 minutes and you win. There's a two-tip.
5 minutes and you win, says Firas Zahabi. Robbie Lawler's corner imploring him.
Fifth and final round. Their first fight, a split decision. Lawler took over late. Can Robbie do so here and defend, or will we have a new champion?
Superman punch. Nice jab by Robbie.
Yep. It may very well come down to these 5 minutes, partner. Nicely done again by Lawler. And again.
Wild exchanges. Oh, he tagged him with that left.
Look at how ferocious Lawler is here in the 21st minute. Lands it.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
This may be it.
That's it. That's it.
It is all over.
Wow.
Robbie Lawler remains the welterweight champion.
Wow. What a fight. What a fight. And what a decisive ending for Robbie Lawler in a fight where he was really pushed. Really pushed to the limit, on the brink of losing his title. Came back and stopped Rory MacDonald in the final round. Amazing.
That punch, one of many, to the nose of Lawler. Watch it, he'll grab his nose.
It just shattered on him. Yeah, and he just couldn't take the pain anymore. Covered up, and that was it. I mean, it was already a shattered nose. But that one punch was the straw that broke the camel's back. What an incredible fight. And a fight where both men were really pushed to the limit. But Robbie Lawler, like champions do, found a way to win.
And as the Hall of Famer, longtime friend and teammate has said before, Robbie is a true champion now as he is able to defend his title. 6th knockout in the welterweight division in the octagon for ruthless Robbie Lawler. Lawler defends Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute of round number 5. Declaring the winner by TKO,
And still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Ruthless Robbie Lawler.
Edson Barboza and fellow top 10 lightweight Tony Ferguson finally collide tonight. Ferguson in the white trunks immediately taking the center of the octagon. Barboza is in the black.
And Ferguson wants relentless pressure to get inside of that kick range, so he's going to get back to his roots as a wrestler in this fight and take away the kick arsenal of Edson Barboza. But Mark Henry talked about the boxing of Edson Barboza, how sharp it is. You're seeing that right now as he may have stunned Tony Ferguson, who beautiful rolls. Going for a knee bar attempt. I didn't think we'd see that until Ryan Hall fights next.
We have not hit the fast forward button. This is live, real speed between two of the best lightweights in the world. Nice hammer fist there by El Cucuy. Barboza.
He is hammering him here from this position. He got hard, hard strikes.
What a frame for this division for Tony Ferguson.
Nice elbow to the side of the head. I'm talking about an awkward position to be an effective striker on it, but Tony Ferguson using it and using it well. Man, I can't get over when you evaluate the tape, the innovation of this young man, Tony Ferguson. I mean, just fantastic. Some of the things he tries and accomplishes inside the octagon. You can see Edson Barboza's power and his crisp hands got the attention of Tony Ferguson early. That's illegal. And Barboza's rocked. He's rocked bad. Oh, no.
Not hurt. Come on. Look at me. Stand up. Relax.
Illegal shot, and you could get a look at the eyes of Edson Barboza. Watch, he gets up here. He stumbles a little bit. Oh, I hope this doesn't end this fight.
Absolutely, that was an illegal kick to a downed opponent. And he can't take a point away. It would be, and he is. It's a judgment, he's taking a point away.
Gotta do it, because when he looks Barboza in the eyes, he sees that there was a definite effect to the illegal strike. Thank you very much, Mark Ratner.
Absolutely great call by John McCarthy, and just grateful that Edson Barboza can continue here for what is just an incredible matchup. Beautiful body shot ripped by Barboza, but he eats a right hand from Ferguson. Oh, God. Every time I cringe when this guy lands a kick. And you can see this is the pressure Ferguson talked about. He wanted to be in his face. Nice left hook from Barboza. I mean, both of these guys are stunning each other.
Barboza rips the body once more. 2 furious minutes off the round 1 clock.
And the work with Mark Henry paying off. He's attacking the body very well so far. And again, Ferguson rolling for a leg, denied by Edson Barboza.
Barboza continuing to target the body of Tony Ferguson.
Very
Ferguson
nice
whips.
body shot and pivot out by Barboza. And there you can see, Ferguson throws a lot of tricks. Hey, he touches the floor, tries to come back to an uppercut. Ferguson very good off his back, not just with submissions, but finding strikes. And you got to look at that early when he was landing those hammer fists. And there we showed you that in that breakdown. Tony Ferguson constant with the stance switches. Very effective at doing that, making you guess and delaying if you want to attack his legs or set up a takedown.
Under 2 minutes to go in round 1. Ferguson non-stop with forward pressure, but a beautiful left hand lands for Barboza.
Barboza can generate so much power. Oh, but he eats a big right hand there. Lands one of his own.
Woo! Vintage Edson Barboza here. Ferguson, though, follows up with a kick up top.
And this fight is living up to everything we hoped it would be. And so far, Barboza dealing pretty well with the pressure of Tony Ferguson. He lands another nice left hand.
That left hand has been there all night for Edson Barboza, very even in terms of the total strikes landed as we go under a minute to go in round one.
You know, this is what Mark Henry expected. He thought that Ferguson would fight Barboza like Michael Johnson did, with a lot of pressure, get inside. Improvements made by Barboza to deal with that pressure so far as he struck and pivoted out. Oh, and a nice spinning back kick to the body.
There are just so few guys in the history of the sport that can do that with that type of speed and power.
I don't know of any in this sport. Actually, now that you mention it, I'm trying to think back in my mind if there's anybody who throws those kicks that fast without telegraph and with that kind of power. I mean, Edson Barboza really brought the spinning heel kick into MMA. A lot of guys were afraid to throw it before he landed on Terry Evans.
This crowd enjoying the striking display from both men, particularly Edson Barboza, who lands again towards the tail end of round one.
Tony Ferguson want more pressure, get inside more. Ooh, ducks down, blocked it, but I don't care what these kicks hit, it does some damage. Nice body kick of his own, though, from Ferguson.
Ferguson continues to come forward in the face of that power and pressure.
Nice elbow. Oh, but each one of his own as he comes in. Look at the cut. Look at the cut Ferguson opened up with that upward left elbow he used to enter. Beautifully timed. You hear Mark Henry wants Barboza after every combination to finish with a jab. Keep this guy off.
Ferguson having a hard time seeing out of that left eye.
Oh, nice left hook followed up by a jab. Beautiful combination from Tony Ferguson.
These guys chasing some bonus money tonight.
God, I love this job.
Well, this fight,
outstanding by both guys. I have no... Beautiful, again, the attacks from the bottom. Ferguson uses his grappling to get himself in positions to hurt you with strikes, open up chances for submissions.
and we needed an Iceman cam octagon side to see Chuck Liddell's reactions to every strike being landed. Under 3.5 minutes to go in round two. Both guys wearing it now.
Chuck's getting fired up. When he gets fired up, he tends to hit people. I'm glad you're sitting closer to him than I am, John. Oh, nice angle before he shot the right hand in there by Ferguson.
Oh! Massive right hand lands flush for Barboza, and then he follows it up with a left.
Oh, beautiful timing by Ferguson. Saw it coming, which is not easy to do. You see Barboza starting to breathe a little heavier. Oh, beautiful spinning back elbow. Great diversity by Tony Ferguson. Just never know what he's throwing next, what stance he's gonna be in.
Shot from Barboza. Good job by Ferguson to defend.
Excellent scramble, and now he's going for the darts. He's got a wicked, wicked darts choke with those long arms. Barboza very solid on the ground as well, but he was breathing heavy. Good defense so far. Ferguson's got it.
He's got it. Ferguson has done it again. The winning streak is at 7. What a fight by two of the best lightweights on the planet. We all got to witness it tonight. As anticipated as our main event, it lived up to the hype and then some.
Looks for the front headlock. Barboza shakes him up, immediately switches to the darts, a choke he is known for, and as Barboza defends, pushes away the hips, separates away and gets some space, Ferguson still able to generate enough torque to finish this. Gorgeous technique from Tony Ferguson. God, this guy is dangerous. Look at this, look at how tight that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 54 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by submission due to a Darce choke, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
I love you, Grandma, back at home, TFX Sports, I love you. Thank you so much all the time, we'll be back in my net all the time. If one touchdown, do it now, go back to the corner. Thank you.
Jim Miller and his brother Dan, one of 8 brother tandems to compete in the UFC. Joe Lauzon and his brother, part of that fraternity as well. Miller trying to get that left hand going early. The uppercut flails and misses.
Good inside leg kick by Miller. Good combinations as well. The southpaw stance, a bit of a puzzle for a lot of orthodox fighters. Nice knee to the body as well. But Joe Lauzon has a very good straight right hand. And that is the classic weapon against the southpaw stance. Southpaw stance also opens itself up both offensively and defensively for kicks. Nice inside leg kick there. Oh, beautiful attack by Miller.
And Lauzon covering up here early.
Jimmy, off the game, off the game. Jimmy, off the game. Do it again.
You hear Mike Constantino telling Jim Miller to get off the cage. Another big left hand for Miller.
Miller's, but that's what I was talking about offensively. The kick to the body. The body is from the southpaw to orthodox stance. It really opens it up, and Jim Miller's going off here. Very aggressive. Knee to the body again. Big punch. And Lauzon responds.
Both of these guys forever game. Jim Miller, though, getting the hands going here early through 2 minutes.
And attack the inside the leg again. Jim Miller having tremendous success in this first round.
And we'll see if Lauzon tries to change the complexion of this opening round.
And there's Lauzon attacking to the body, but not a lot into that kick.
Hands back to your chin, Miller. Here he comes. He comes forward. Get over you, Jim. Let's back up.
Now the question becomes, how much energy did Miller... Wow, he's coming at it again. Oh, my God. Big shots by Miller. Dirty boxing here. He's hurt. Lauzon is hurt. Arm triangle attempt from a standing position. If he can drag him down to the ground, Lauzon's in a lot of trouble. He's a bloody mess.
Jim Miller is putting it on Joe Lauzon here midway through round 1.
Wow, what a tremendous opening round for Jim Miller.
Hey, stop. Time! Go over there.
And Yves Levine already stopping things because of a huge cut on the grill of Joe Lauzon.
Good enough there.
And one of those inside elbows, Joe, probably opened that up.
Over there.
He said it's fine. Here we go.
Dive in, fight!
So some early adversity here for the underdog, Joe Lauzon.
What are the odds on this fight?
Jim Miller, 2-1 favorite.
Wow. I guess you're seeing why.
Big knee there.
Jim Miller looks sensational. This is a head kick here. This is as good as we've ever seen him.
And clearly he thought Joey had a big striking advantage, and it's playing out that way.
Big elbows by knee to the body, but Lauzon's coming back with an uppercut. You can't question the heart of Joe Lauzon.
Both of these guys forever game. Hard to remember a boring fight, never mind round involving either one of them.
Knee. That might have hurt Miller. Miller backed off there.
Jim Miller, 2 pass box. Stay to the outside, Jim. Jim, stay to the outside.
Vicious combinations by Miller. Right hook fading away. Took a big deep breath though. And fires right back in.
Introduce something new.
So Miller's hand certainly looks sharp on fight night here. As we approach the 1-minute mark in round 1, both fighters slipped out.
His hands, his kicks, his elbows, everything's on point for Jim Miller tonight.
Another big left hand for Miller.
Oh, it's bleeding bad again. I mean, this is ridiculous. His face is like a water faucet.
But yet Joe Lauzon, forever game, keeps pressing forward.
The blood is pouring out of his face here. Big shot by Miller. They're going to have a real hard time stopping this in between rounds if it gets to the second.
I mean, he is a masked man at this point. 30 seconds to go on our opening frame.
But Lauzon's continuing to press forward. Powerful inside leg kicks. Hitting lower calf with that. Oh! Vicious attack again by Miller. Hooks to the body.
And props to Lauzon for returning fire.
And it looks like Joe Lauzon's going to make it to the second. With a knee to the body.
Of Joe Lauzon, who is getting this crowd going here in Vegas.
Well, what we saw in that first round was a significant stand-up advantage for Jim Miller. And he is going off again. Inside leg kick for Joe. And it's starting to bleed again. And there's a shot.
Yeah, the canvas not utilized in round one, and early takedown here for Miller in round two.
Both men very good on the ground. Butterfly guard being employed by Lauzon, trying to protect that cut.
Jimmy, watch the right block. Jim, posture,
He's attacking.
Jim. Do not let him control your head, Jim. Posture. Jimmy, posture.
And if there is a place where Joe Lauzon is most dangerous, it may very well be on the ground.
Jim, legs are open, Jim. Legs are open. Hey, breathe while you work, Joe.
Still able to see, though, out of that right eye is Joe Lauzon. But gotta think, Joe, as far as the offensive submission games are concerned, the blood will be a factor, yeah?
It could be a factor to benefit Jim Miller if he goes to a rear naked choke type of situation. Sometimes blood can allow a forearm to slip under a chin. But usually it just makes it much harder to hold on to the guy. He gets much more slippery.
And Joe Lauzon is really bleeding here underneath Jim Miller as Miller continues to apply pressure to the head.
And Jim is trying to get past the left knee of Joe Lauzon and mount him. And he does. That was perfectly timed. He knew that Joe was going to try to explode and buck up. And he slid right over the top. Joe is trying to recapture half guard. It looks like he has. Jim's trying to get that leg out again now.
Jimmy, I need both shoulder
A lot of shoulder pressure by Jim, staying high on the top.
Stay healthy.
And there's another factor that you have to consider when you see all this blood, and that's the more blood Joe loses, the weaker he's going to get. I mean, he's basically donating blood right now. You know how you feel when you donate blood? You feel terrible for a couple of hours. Well, he's donated for like 3 people already.
Not to mention the heart rate and everything else that goes along with being a professional mixed martial artist.
There's a lot of blood on this canvas right now. Lauzon, it looks like, is stuck in a Darce choke here. It looks like he's got a Darce. Jim Miller has got the hands, nope, let it go, and Lauzon on top. And the crowd roars. Rubber guard attempt here by Miller. Got to work on that flexibility, son.
So Joe Lauzon still mounting some offense here, unfazed, or so it would appear by the cut and the ensuing blood.
Lauzon may very well dive on a leg lock. When you see him stand up and posture up.
Don't move. Same position.
Well,
give me a cut. Scissor. Give me some scissor. Don't move. Stay in the same position, guys. Give me some scissor. Quick, quick, quick. No coaching. Thank you.
What is going on? Oh, okay.
Can you do something about that?
You got some tape loose. Yeah, that is a big chunk of tape hanging loose.
Thank you. Okay. Go back in the same position,
Good
guys.
job by Ibrahim,
my
not
signal.
standing them up and taking care of this on the ground.
Okay. Okay, get ready, guys. Go. Time.
And there's again mission control. Now he's got it though. Rubber guard by Miller. And what that does is it allows him to attack, but more importantly, allows him to completely control the posture of Joe Lauzon. And it's an excellent defensive situation. He also, if he can have a firm enough grip with his right foot, hard because of all the sweat and blood, but with a firm enough grip on his right foot, he can attack with his left elbow from that position. We saw Jason Day use that on Alan Belcher. But now Joe Lauzon is trying to pass over that right knee. If he can pass over that right knee, it minimizes this position and it'll allow Lauzon to pass. See, notice how Jim Miller's trying to get that right knee up. That's more important to him than anything else. Lauzon's trying to push that knee down. Miller's trying to bring it up. See, now Lauzon's got it up. Now Miller will concentrate on nothing but that knee. He's got to get that knee back up before he can get to an offensive position. See, now he's got it back up again. It's all about that knee.
30 seconds, man. 30 seconds.
So Joe Lauzon.
He's got the knee. He's got a leg lock. This is the attack. This is what we're talking about. He's too high on it, though. Too low on it, rather. Dart's attempt. Joe's got to slide that arm through, grab his bicep.
So a strong close to round 2 for Joe Lauzon. 5 minutes to go here for these lightweight warriors.
This is a brilliant fight. Beautiful inside leg kick. It acts as a trip by Miller. He's been using that all night. It's especially effective from the reverse positions because one is an orthodox and one is a southpaw. We saw it again. Lauzon used it on Miller. That technique is outstanding when you're facing a guy who fights from the opposite side. Good combination by Lauzon. Miller's exhausted. He's really tired right now. The assault that he put on Joe Lauzon in the first and second really drained him. Nice left to the body by Lauzon.
Good liver shot there by Joe Lauzon.
With that inside leg kick. He's managing to drop him every time with that. And I don't think you're going to see Miller go to the ground here. I think you're going to see him try to continue to kick the legs from this position and not engage.
You have to work, Mr. Miller.
4th time of the fight, that move has worked for Jim Miller, and just as Joe suggests, we are back up rope.
He's going with the elbow now. Could very well be because of sore hands. He's hit everything on Joe Lauzon. Forehead, arms, elbows. I mean, there's only so many times you can punch a guy before it hurts you.
A nice knee to the midsection there for Jim Miller.
And look, Joe Lauzon's an animal. Pressing forward still after all this. Still trying to win.
And at least as far as his combinations go, this has been his best round.
Get the scissor ready again.
Well, Lauzon is in tremendous shape, and that's the only way he could have sustained that beating he took in the first, all this blood loss, and still be attacking here in the third.
You see exactly why he's been a bonus machine here in the UFC. And clearly the message, Joe, from the Lauzon corner was that they need the finish. We'll just see how much he has left with which to pursue it.
Miller again with that inside leg kick. He went with the oblique kick this time. He's trying everything. Takes a big, deep breath and steps back. Nice knee to the body by Lauzon. Miller may be hurt.
Yeah, that one backed Jim Miller up.
He may be hurt. Good left hand by Lauzon. What a fight.
Miller returns fire here.
How can this not be fight of the night?
And now a decent-sized cut opening up under the left eye of Jim Miller.
Uppercut. Here, Mike Constantino, 2 minutes, suck it up.
New Jersey versus Boston here.
This truly is a war of attrition. At this point, I mean, this is absolutely grueling stuff. Nice oblique kick to the thigh.
And finally, some fatigue setting in on the part of Joe Lauzon. And yet Lauzon keeps pressing forward.
Both these guys have slowed considerably. Miller digging down. Another elbow to that cut, that same cut.
And excuse me, left hand lands there for Jim Miller. So the crowd certainly appreciating the effort here of both men. You see the edge in terms of the strikes landed for Jim Miller.
Good right hand by Miller. Joe Lauzon dropping down for a heel hook. And that's what I was talking about his ability to dive on things. He's got a straight ankle lock here. If he can get his hands clasped together, he can do this with one hand. This is a dangerous position. He lost it. Guillotine.
Joe Lauzon trying to finish Jim Miller in the waning seconds.
Wow, what a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jim Miller.
Here we go. Early kick from Melendez in the white. Southpaw Sanchez in the black.
Diego rushes towards Gilbert to start this round. Head kick by Gilbert, taken down by Diego. Diego on top. Diego's got his back.
Hooks. Gonna walk towards the cage.
He's gonna walk towards the cage and put Diego, well, he's gonna try to get Diego's hook off of him.
Trying to lock it in.
And he got it.
Yep.
Nicely done by Gilbert.
Gilbert with some good punches to the body.
Whipped that punch to the body.
These are some dudes with some crazy heart and spirit, man.
Good right hand to the body again by Gilbert. And a good right hand over the glove. Good leg kick by Diego.
But the leg kick and the punch are meeting at the same time. Sanchez tried to come in. Diego likes to start with a lead uppercut. Keep an eye out for it. Head kick. Melendez.
Melendez has more fluidity to his punches, Mike. Diego moves in for the clinch. Nice.
Oh, and on the
knee
break,
too.
2 minutes into the first.
Diego throws hard shots, but he's a bit more stiff in his delivery.
Yeah.
And that's why Gilbert's getting there.
Something Jake Shields talked about, longtime training partner Gilbert Melendez, how smooth and precise he can be as a striker. El Nino to the body, and Diego misses on the counter.
Yeah, he's throwing hard body shots.
The body punches are slowing Sanchez down early.
Well, people are starting to realize how important punches to the body really are. For the longest time, they were kind of absent from MMA.
Diego took a big breath a moment ago, Joe, not coming forward as much after those couple of body shots.
Big right hand by Gilbert.
See if Gilbert continues to change levels here.
Good kick to the body by Diego. They take
Throws him
down
against the cage. Good dexterity by Sanchez. Gilbert's kind of setting the pace here. And Diego's cut. And that's over that left eye where he's been damaged before, Joe. That's scar tissue.
He just nailed him with a nice right hand.
Diego biting down on the mouthpiece. Huge advantage early for Gilbert Melendez in total strikes landed. Our stats brought to you by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.
Diego looked for a spinning back kick there, but missed. Trying to take Gilbert down, but missed that as well. And Gilbert gave him a punch for his troubles.
Under a minute on the clock here in the first.
Gilbert is feinting with the hips. Nice.
Again.
Beautiful shots to the body. And Diego's moving away from those now. Nice 1-2. Oh, good kick to the body by Diego. That was a hard kick to the body. That may have hurt Gilbert.
Diego wanted it one more time, Joe.
Oh, he might be sensing something. I think he hurt Gilbert with that body kick.
20 seconds on the clock here in the first. Sanchez pushing the pace.
Gilbert caught that one. He took a deep breath, though.
Head kick. Both guys have worked the body. They swing with reckless abandon. And the round's going to conclude with a flurry. Wow! Wow! Joe.
Actually, that was on the forehead.
Yeah.
The kick was on the forehead.
That's right. It's that same you can see the eyebrow.
Yeah.
It's got some scar tissue, though.
Well, he's been cut many times in many fights. Martin Campman cut him over both eyes and on his face as well.
But what the body punches were early for Melendez, a couple of those body kicks were for Diego Sanchez late.
Yeah, you can still see the redness on the right side of Gilbert's body from where those left kicks landed for Diego. And I don't know if Diego's corner was calling for that. We didn't hear them call for that. But if I was in his corner, I would definitely be saying target that area, and he was about to do it right there.
Gilbert's really keeping that arm low, that right arm to protect those ribs.
Oh, Gilbert just nailed him with a nice right hand. I think he hurt him with those kicks.
Yeah.
And now Gilbert lands another right hand. And Gilbert, you see him feinting with those hips, trying to get Diego to think about a kick coming. Threw one high kick towards the end of that round.
Really good exchanges, especially at the end of the round. There they go again.
Wow, there's a right hand by Diego that got through, and a nice right hand by Gilbert.
This is what we thought we might see. This is what we would hope to see when you have these two warriors go at it.
You know what? There's some fights that we think are going to be great, and they turn out to be stinkers. This was impossible to be a stinker. I've never seen either one of these guys be in a boring fight.
Check a cut. There's your total strikes landed in the fight. Our stats powered by Ram Trucks, Guts, Glory, Ram.
I'm good. A little Vaseline went in my eye. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good now.
Good. All right, here we go, bud.
That's what you like to hear.
Yeah, man. I don't care about the blood flowing down. I got a little Vaseline in my eye. Let's keep fighting. Pettis, the champion, watching closely.
Gilbert really targeting the body tonight. Caught him with that right hand as he leaped in.
Missed with the hook. Benson number 1, Gilbert number 2, TJ Grant. Of course, Josh Thompson going to fight for the title. Just stacked at 155. Caught him. Oh! Oh, my. Body and head.
One of the things that Gilbert said in the pre-fight was that some fighters, when confronted by a guy like Diego, move away from him, try to get out of the way. And he said, but Diego and himself are very similar in that, faced in those situations, they bite down their mouthpiece and start swinging. And that is what we are seeing tonight. Look at this.
Yeah. Just past the midway point.
They make a different choice.
A little bit of a slip on the kick. He's right back up. And they always said they brought the best out of each other in training. They're better fighters because of the time they spent 4 years ago training together. Similar backgrounds, similar success as mixed martial artists.
Good timing there with that right hand by Gilbert.
Diego, a huge part of UFC history.
Another good kick by Diego. That kick to the body.
Diego walked right into that right hand. And again.
Wow, beautiful combination by Gilbert.
2-3-2.
Diego shoots and he gets it. Nicely done. Beautiful escape.
Oh, and he comes out firing. One minute. Sanchez connects.
Sanchez is eating punches to land his own.
Five-time Fight of the Night winner, Diego Sanchez.
Beautiful shots landed by Gilbert. There's a shot again.
Good
Deep
sprawl.
on a single. Good sprawl. Nice knee. Beautiful. Knee on the break.
Melendez has stuffed 5 of 6 takedown attempts. Final seconds of the round. One side said you got to knock him out. Other side said just do more of the same and you'll be fine. Sanchez's corner saying, don't let them take this away from your family.
Diego Sanchez thrives in third rounds.
Yes. Sanchez has never been stopped by submission or strikes, just by a cut. That was against BJ, the prodigy. Diego, there's that uppercut we talked about earlier, Joe. And again, Melendez with a nice combination.
Melendez enjoys a speed advantage, Mike, and you can see it. He allows Diego to launch his attack, and then as Diego's coming forward, catches him midway. But this is what Diego wants.
Yep.
What Diego wants is just a wild exchange.
Rock'em sock'em robots. Deep breath by Sanchez.
Yep.
Again, 3-round fight for the first time since 2007 for Melendez.
And he looks very fresh.
Yes.
There it is again. Diego moves forward and he just slides just out of range. Oh, man.
Man, they're firing away.
And look,
They
Diego
continue to throw.
eats it and charges forward.
Unbelievable action. They are on their feet in Houston.
Wow. That's amazing. Diego Sanchez is a savage.
And so is El Nino.
Oh,
Still a swing for the fences. Busted up, but far from beaten.
Diego's coming in flat, Mike, with his feet parallel parallel. He's getting caught with a lot of big shots.
They're going to check the cut.
Come here, come here. It's going down the side. Let him go. All right,
Let him go.
What a roar from this
Sold out
crowd.
Toyota Center. Look at that guy. That is the Ultimate Fighter.
Nice kick to
caught
the
him
body.
Caught him in the ribs again. Still 2.5 left in the third and final round.
Nice leg kick by Diego. The crowd's chanting Diego. Caught that right hand flush. Oh man, this is madness. This is madness.
Unbelievable. Jones and Gustafson, who?
Diego Sanchez is one of the most entertaining fighters I have ever seen in my life. As is Gilbert. Oh, Diego caught him with the right hand there.
No disrespect, champ, in the Swede.
Sanchez
rocks him. Takes it back. Looks for the choke. Now he switches it.
Diego's looking for the guillotine.
Can he get it?
He lost it. Man.
They're so sweaty and bloody. So slippery. The knee, the elbow.
Big elbow, big right hand.
And still they go.
Diego caught him with that kick again.
One minute remains. Are you kidding me? Nicely done.
He's gonna hit the switch, he's got his back. Beautiful job by Diego.
30 seconds, Joe.
Big kick to the body by Diego.
20 seconds.
Another kick to the body.
15. 10 seconds remain. They're gonna swing to the finish.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God.
Whoa. That is as good as it gets.
That's the greatest fight I've ever seen in my life.
Melendez.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sanchez.
after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 29-28, 30-27, and 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Gilbert El Nino
Melendez. Been giving your instructions to protect yourself at all times. You will listen to my commands at all times. Touch gloves if you like. Let's fight.
Ah, yes. Here we go. Anthony Showtime Pettis. Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Sir, you ready? Sir, you ready? Fight!
Trying to make a run in the shark-infested lightweight waters. Pettis is in black, Poirier is in gray. As we mentioned, Poirier out of the southpaw stance, Pettis orthodox.
Already Poirier pressing forward. Knew that was going to be part of his strategy. Try to make Anthony get on his heels. Because when he can set and use those kicks is when he's most dangerous. So Dustin really trying to stay in his face, throw big hooks, big punches, not let Anthony settle. And for Anthony, that's what he wants to do, is get that distance, stay calm, use those kicks. We're seeing both guys really try to implement their game plan early on, moving their feet for Anthony, and Dustin trying to close that distance.
Poirier more than comfortable wherever this fight goes, but he says in terms of the preparation for Pettis, who throws a flying knee there, everything he does is unorthodox, right? The grappling and striking, hard guy, I would think, to simulate in training.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. You can train your best for it, but until you're in there with him, you've not seen anything like him. But Dustin doing a great job pressing forward. He gets this double leg. This is one of the things that I talked about in the keys to victory. He's going to have to close that distance. This is his best chance to get takedowns here, is up against the fence.
Duke Rufus talked a lot about Pettis' improved wrestling under Izzy Martinez. No doubt about it, he's closed that gap, but a good sign for Poirier to get this takedown early.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where he wants to do. You want to wear out the legs of Anthony, you know, try to take away some of those Showtime kicks. For Anthony, he's just got to stay calm here, listen to his wrestling coach, not panic. It's a 5-round fight here, John. So he's got time, so you got a takedown early. You know, Poirier's got to try to get better position and make it, you know, get some ground and pound as well here. He doesn't want to just hold him.
Don't miss a complete recap of all the action in Norfolk on our FS1 UFC Fight Night post-fight show immediately following this main event right here on FS1, or stream it live on Fox Sports Go.
Anthony trying to work a guillotine here, but Poirier seems to be savvy to it, trying to pass to the side there. Got a control on that left foot of Anthony. He's looking for a Kimura. Now, if anything, Anthony's going to try to use this to at least get some separation and maybe look for a sweep. Dustin doing a good job. He's got his hand on his belt there.
Throw out of the cage, throw out of the cage.
Staying calm. Anthony lets it go. Anthony slick off his back, but with his head pressed up against the fence here, Dustin on top. It's going to be a little harder to look for submissions there.
Poirier posturing up and landing some effective ground and pound here.
Anthony kicks off. Poirier looking for some big ground and pound. Nice sweep there by Pettis. And Poirier looking for an ankle. Anthony kicks out. Dustin doing a good job. Back up to his feet. That knee is legal right now.
Right.
Not now. And here's the game we're trying to, you know, get out of this system here. Ooh, big knee there by Poirier, an elbow.
Poirier just misses on the uppercut. Pettis goes with the lead elbow. Under 2 minutes here to go, round one of a possible 5.
Yeah, that was a nice sweep by Anthony, but Dustin does a good job. Oh, nice knee there by both guys. And both guys landing back and forth here.
That straight right hand of Pettis landed a couple times in that exchange. Ooh, and there it is again.
Just missed with that right hand. Poirier says nothing with it. Looking for the takedown again. Shucked off nicely there by Anthony. Clinched up here right in front of us. Ooh, almost lands that knee. Anthony hung his head a little low there, and Dustin took full advantage of that.
A lot of energy expended on both sides through 4 minutes. Pettis goes high. Looked like Poirier might have wobbled him there, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. We'd have to look at the replay there. Yeah, he hit him with something. His eye is marked up there, John. Nice right hand.
Poirier with the early advantage in terms of these significant strikes landed. Nice combination there. Big right from the diamond. And a spinning attack from Pettis.
They're brawling. This is what Poirier wants. This is where he wants him. This is where he's going to land these big punches. Anthony's in a little bit of trouble.
Poirier finding the range now. Late in round one.
Big punches here by Poirier.
Pettis with an uppercut. What a round!
Man. Poirier turned it on strong there. Dustin pats him on the butt, wearing some of it into the second round.
Here we go, round two. Pettis is in black, Poirier is in gray. You heard your coaches, Duke Rufus, Scott Cushman in the corner of Anthony Pettis. What kind of adjustments are they looking to make here?
Yeah, they're telling him, don't look for the knockout. Don't look for that one big shot. Got to pitter-pat, boom, boom, boom. Land your combos. Trust the combinations is what they told him. Poirier, they're telling him, don't open up. Don't swing so wide. You're landing. You don't need to get reckless.
Another early shot here in round 2 from Poirier. Let's see if he can complete it.
Yeah, he's in there deep. He's got his hands locked. He's just taking his time here. I think he's going to get it. Anthony looking for the switch.
Too easy.
Yeah, he had that lock the whole time. Anthony trying to climb up for a triangle here, but Poirier doing a great job pressing him up against the fence.
So a couple early takedowns in this one for Dustin Poirier.
He's locking up this triangle. It's over the shoulder, John, but there's little space here. And Dustin does a great job exploding out of there. Anthony, though, keeping active off his back. Dustin doing a good job. He's got the arm there. He gets out of it.
Both guys with a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, good job there by Poirier. Landing big elbows now, too. Yep. Some more blood really pouring out of Anthony's face right now.
And that slicing elbow, I think, really got Pettis' attention, opened him up, and now he gives up the back. Oh, Pettis with a mask of blood now, Paul.
He can't see.
Just over 3 minutes here to go in the round.
Oh, it's pouring, John.
Poirier's got the body lock. He has Pettis' back. And he has plenty of time with which to work here in round 2.
Yeah, I mean, that elbow split Anthony's eyebrow open, and that is not a good spot to have a cut right now. It is pouring into his vision. He can't see. You see him wincing, trying to clear his eyes, but he can't really clear them himself. Wow, that is Anthony's trademark move. He always ends up spinning in your guard, man. How he does it with all that blood, it probably made it easier. Hopefully, it's not such a bad cut that this fight can't continue the way it's going right now.
And now Pettis with some elbows of his own.
Landed some elbows. Wow, what a main event so far. These guys are laying it out there, man. They are sharing some DNA right now, boy.
Another big elbow for Pettis and another one for good measure.
Wow.
He is donating pints, though, at this point.
Oh, my God, yeah, this is not good only in the second round. Pettis has got to have a sense of urgency here in this fight.
Back and forth we go.
This crowd is going nuts.
How much does this blood affect the submission game?
Yeah, majorly. Now it's going to be a lot easier to slide out. See this triangle? No way. I mean, it's like a grease pit in there right now.
Yeah.
Sweat is one thing, but when you're sweating and bleeding, you might as well have baby oil everywhere.
Pettis
wow, what scrambles from these guys, man.
Poirier crawls back to his feet, trying to use
Now watch for
fence.
Anthony to do something a little crazy here with these kicks. This is where he'll do something. Wow, beautiful takedown. Trying to get the back, but Poirier keeps slipping off. He's doing a good job. Wow, another reversal.
And now Poirier back inside.
And Anthony's basically fighting blind at this point, to be completely honest. He's fighting blind. This is all off just feel. Look at him, he can't see anything.
Yeah, and Keith Peterson is gonna step in here. Puddles of blood in the eyes of Anthony Pettis. He'll bring in the ringside physician here.
Hopefully they just clear his vision and let him keep fighting. It doesn't look, I can't tell.
It's all in his eyes. White towel, the bigger white towel. Bigger white towel.
Wow, right on the edge of the eyebrow. I think they're just gonna clear the eyes.
Use both of them.
And then I would assume Poirier will regain the top
Yeah,
position.
they're gonna put him in the guard, I would imagine. Poirier's shorts were white when he came in here.
Right over here, right?
Well, and you know Dustin Poirier is auctioning off his fight gear for charity. That's quite the souvenir there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, look at those shorts. They're just...
Price just went up.
I don't know what color they are now. There's a little bit of white left at the very top. It's not a... It's deep, but it's not huge yet. Do you know what I mean? It's not the length of his eyebrow yet, but it's definitely a deep cut.
You've got some experience.
Yeah, unfortunately. And it looks like he's cut up here as well. Yeah. He's got like 3 cuts on his head right now. They're gonna let him fight.
And Paul Felder approves. All right. So Pettis will have to resume the position off of his back.
Pettis trying to get close to the cage. Can't blame him for trying.
So the action resumes here, less than a minute to go in the round.
Yeah, Anthony's just got to, for the sake of his fight here, he's got to avoid elbows right now.
Yeah.
And Poirier, he's got to go after him. He keeps locking up this triangle, but it's so slippery, Poirier's just sliding his arm right out. I mean, look at Anthony, he's got it again. That's tighter. That's tight. That's a tight choke. That's tight, John. Oh, he slips out. Holy crap.
Poirier stays composed, perhaps aided by the blood. Final seconds of round 2.
Anthony's got to get out of here. He's got his arm trapped. Poirier's got his arm trapped. Great job, ground and pound here from Dustin. Wow, what a round.
Incredible action here in Norfolk.
Yeah.
Showtime loves it. It felt like this was bulletproof matchmaking coming in.
Yeah, and here we go.
Absolutely crazy 10 minutes thus far. Potentially 15 more to go. Third round here. Pettis is in black. Poirier is in the gray, laced with red now. Some tape on that glove of Pettis that needs to be trimmed.
Yeah, it's some gauze hanging out. I'd like to see Anthony use some kicks. And there he goes, zone Q. Nice jab from Poirier.
Tried to follow it up with an uppercut, just missed, and another early shot right around that 30-second mark from Poirier.
And again, he's got his hands locked up here. He's got the Kimura. He's going to use it at least to try to get up to his feet. Poirier doing a good job changing the angle. Dustin trying to step over that leg so he doesn't get triangled again. Wants to keep his head above Anthony's here. See how he did that? He's staying above him. At least he's avoiding the submission threat. Dustin can knee here. Anthony spins through. Not a good move there. Dustin follows him, takes the back, got a body triangle. This is a bad spot.
Poirier's had that body triangle before. Let's see what he can do with it here. Pettis just with an uncanny ability to find his way out of these compromising situations.
Yeah, he's fighting the hands. He's trying to get that body triangle off, too. He's got to be careful leaving his neck exposed.
Get the whole girl, get the hand out, go. Keep working. He's got the whole girl.
Mike Brown, Thiago Alves.
You can punch. You can punch there. You can punch.
Looking to try to wrap around the neck. Just can't quite get it.
Wrist right.
Grabbing the jaw. Trying to make it uncomfortable for Anthony. Anthony trying to do a spin through, but control here from Dustin. Stays on top, gets mount. Not
impressive.
What happened?
That's the end of the fight. Not sure if it was a tap from Anthony Pettis. Showtime Pettis did tap, so Dustin Poirier gets the finish he sought here tonight. And he comes right over and is barking to the matchmakers, Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard. He said he wants the Eddie Alvarez Justin Gaethje winner, and he wants $50,000 for that. We'll try to get a replay for you. You know, when Pettis submitted Benson Henderson, an entire arena was stunned. They didn't realize what had happened. Quick tap here tonight. Let's get to the move of the fight. Brought to you by Metro PCS, bringing you closer than ever to the UFC, putting knockout coverage in your hands by covering 99% of people in the U.S.
He's got this body lock. I'm guessing something happened to his ribs. He's twisted up here pretty good, trying to spin through. It's right there. Something happens. Something happens. Yeah, something happened to his rib.
You nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, we see again, as Anthony's trying to turn through, something, maybe some cartilage popped in between his ribs. Or whatever it was. He couldn't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Keith Peterson has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 8 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by TKO, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
So here it is, Mirsad Bektic. Yellow trunks, blue hair. Darren Elkins is in the black. And we are underway. Elkins averages 8 takedown attempts per 15 minutes as he eats the right hand there from Bektic.
The speed advantage definitely goes to Bektic when it comes to the striking. So that's what we're going to see here. And when they're in these punching exchanges, the speed of Bektic being used against Elkins.
And he just caught him with another right hand over the top of that left shoulder of Darren Elkins. Darren's got to keep that hand up. There it goes again. He's teeing off on him here. There's a shot. Beautiful takedown. Beautiful timing. And now you see why people are so hyped about this kid. It's the speed, the precision of these movements. He's got so much going for him. And at 26 years of age, he just seems to be better and better every time we see him inside the octagon.
And his top position is his best position, in my opinion. Once he gets these takedowns, he's so powerful on the top with his ground and pound and his control here. I mean, let's see what he can do with a guy like Elkins, because Elkins is hard to hold down and hard to grapple.
He's already moved into side control here, and Elkins is scrambling here and trying to reverse the position.
Cut.
Bad cut.
Elkins needs an underhook on the right side in order to get up. It was that elbow that landed a Bektic from the side mount position.
A lot of scar tissue around those eyes.
You don't call him the damage for nothing.
So some early adversity here for Darren Elkins, but he has certainly dealt with that in the past and emerged with a win. 3.5 minutes here to go, round one. John Anik, Joe Rogan, Dominic Cruz on hand for the FS1 UFC 209 prelims. Pay-per-view follows us 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 in the West.
Look at the right shoulder of Bektic on the chin of Darren Elkins. That's what's really causing Elkins a lot of problems, is the way he's got that third-point pressure. But now you're seeing Bektic go into this crucifix position. Very, very strong on top here. Great base.
Yeah, this is a bad position for Darren Elkins. He's totally trapped now, and he's bucking, but he's not able to do anything to reverse this position.
Yeah, this is locked in right here, Joe. This is not looking good for Elkins right here.
No, because he doesn't really have the power to explode and throw him off. And he's really trapped. He can't really use his arms. His legs aren't helping him. He doesn't have the dexterity to reach over. Now he did a great job there. Did a great job there of using his arm to grab the leg of Bektic and regain half guard. That shows what an experienced veteran Darren Elkins is. Because that was a bad position, and he found the only escape route. And now he is a bloody mess.
Yeah, that blood's starting to become a factor for Darren the Damage Elkins. Just over 2 minutes to go here in round one.
And Bektic is once again pressing down with his right instep to try to free up his left leg and get out of that half guard position. And in those transitions is where Darren Elkins is going to try to find the movement, try to find the space to explode or to get to a better place. Because as Bektic is pushing down with that instep, he's not in the best place. It's not the most stable base. So he's opening him up with these punches, opening him up with these elbows, but he wants to continue to move to a dominant position. So every time he does that and presses down with his instep, that's where Elkins has the opportunity to move.
And Bektic here at his relentless best, continuing to apply pressure. And man, is Elkins wearing it now.
Now Elkins has,
that was so nice.
Yeah, he's just doing such a spectacular job of landing shots in these transitions.
The way that he pushed the feet off the hips, the way Bektic pushed the feet of Elkins off his hips and then threw 3 punch combinations from that ground and pound position is not easy to do.
And Darren is a real bloody mess right now as Mirsad Bektic continues to move counterclockwise to try to get out of that half guard position, but he's just doing so much damage while he's doing that. Now he slides out.
In jiu-jitsu, at a certain point, I feel like Elkins is holding himself down, anchoring himself by staying and holding on to that half guard. If he lets go of the half guard and tries to dig an underhook, at least maybe you can create a scramble and not take so much damage from Bektic on the top. But right now, he's literally anchoring himself to the mat by holding on to Bektic's leg and an overhook of Bektic.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Now he's lost the position, but I think this is what he was afraid of, Dom, getting locked into that crucifix once again. And now full guard here for Darren Elkins.
So what a start here in round one for the Bosnian-born Mirsad Bektic. A lot of people don't just see him as a future contender, but a future title challenger, if not champion. Man.
And this is what I mean, Joe. At what point do you just open your guard, put your feet on the hips, and just create a scramble? Because closing your guard and looking for submissions from here is not getting you a win. You're taking a lot of damage in Elkins.
Very good point.
All right, we will stay here between rounds. We'll see if the doctor comes in. Yes, Chris Tione calls the doctor in to check on that cut of Darren Elkins.
There's a bunch.
You're sitting there on the stool, you don't know how bad the cut is.
And you look at Elkins, look at his hand to see how bad the bleeding is, because you don't want the ref to come in and stop the fight. So at a certain point, Elkins needs to be very hasty to try to make something happen, because you never would know when the doctor could come in and stop it with a cut like that.
But how tough is the local 597 pipe fitter, Darren the Damage Elkins?
Oh, they don't get any tougher. But sometimes a real tough guy like that just can take almost too much damage.
Yeah.
And he just got nailed again and taken down easily.
And I know,
incredible.
Bektic is just too quick. He lands the big shot striking. That gets Elkins stuck with the striking, and then it just gives Bektic the takedown whenever he wants to. That's the key to these takedowns. That you have to get the respect on your feet first, and the takedowns come flawlessly. But if you don't get the respect on your feet, it's easier to defend the takedowns. But Bektic is landing so much with his striking, it's making the takedowns look simple against Elkins, who is very hard to take down.
Yeah, very hard to take down. And this is a big test for Bektic, as we said, and he is passing it so far with straight A's.
Oh, he's dominating this fight with flying colors.
1 minute gone by here, round two. Danny Castillo told me that if Darren Elkins could get out of the first round, they felt like he'd be in a good spot. This probably is not what he had in mind as Bektic continues to apply pressure. Total strikes 85-9 thus far.
Guillotine, and now we have Darren Elkins on top. Let's see what happens now. Can he hold this position? Can he do anything with it?
This is where Elkins has been wanting to be since we started this fight, and he created the grappling scenarios to get to a powerful position where he wants to be. And he's beaten so many people here, Joe, in this exact position, and just came back and won after that. He's taken tons of damage.
Yeah, he's just so tough. You can never count him out because of that. Because he's able to just grind on you and wear on you. And when he feels a guy starting to slow down or starting to tire, Darren Elkins comes alive.
And this is where Bektic's habits cause problems for him. He's probably better in the free-flowing movement like this, but he gets sucked into the grappling because that's where he's comfortable. And that gives Elkins a chance where, really striking, I think Bektic has the path of least resistance so far.
You got to worry about that cut, though, over the right eye of Elkins. Oh, good shot there by Bektic. I mean, it is such a nasty cut. You could conceivably see this fight getting stopped, particularly if it gets worse.
Beautiful shot there by
Bektic, not quite getting it. Darren's almost back up to his feet and back up and has his back now, but slipped off, got too high on the back.
Bektic very fluid with his strikes here tonight. Prevailing wisdom is when his striking starts to catch up with the grappling. This is going to be one of the tougher outs at 145 pounds, certainly proving as much tonight.
But look, Elkins again, holding on to him, turning this into his kind of fight.
Yeah.
This is what, and there's a hard elbow by Darren. But now Bektic, he rolls, he's gonna grab a hold of the leg, pushes him off, nope, can't get back up to his feet.
And Elkins will attempt submissions off of his back. Actually, no featherweight UFC history has attempted more submissions in the octagon than Darren Elkins. 17 coming in. Elkins coming up on 3 hours of fight time in the octagon.
Elkins again looking for a guillotine.
He's looking for Anaconda here. He's trying to switch off, but he looks like he's going to lose it because Bektic's getting him over to the side. Now he passes to side mount.
Yeah, he didn't really have the hands clasped together correctly. He was hoping to kind of...
I think he was going to try for a guillotine and then transition, and he just missed it because Bektic felt it.
Half guard here, just over a minute to go, round two.
And there's that third-point pressure again, Joe. Look at this shoulder and the neck of Elkins. That makes it impossible for Elkins to get to a hip, and it keeps Elkins flat on his back where Bektic can use his ground and pound and also use the top third-point pressure to really keep Elkins pushing through the floor. I mean, that shoulder is so key in this half guard and side mount position, and Bektic does it well.
Yeah, Bektic has tremendous control, and he moves so smoothly into that crucifix position as well. And just so good at holding guys down. One of the interesting things, though, is that as these guys get slipperier, and the blood is going to make him even more slippery. The sweat, the blood, and it could potentially open up scramble possibilities. But look at this. Moves into side control, but again, Darren Elkins gets half guard once again.
Well, I feel like Darren Elkins before he tries to put that right leg into butterfly again and try to get out of the half guard, he needs a right underhook first. Otherwise, Bektic's just going to keep countering the butterfly.
Right, and you would like to see him scramble more. You
well,
think that's a better
he's not
move
winning here is my thing. And at what point are you trying a submission or just getting beat up from the bottom?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, up easy, guys. Last round coming up, guys. Last round, guys.
Mirsad Bektic has tried everything to get him out of there. Here we are, third and final round. Bektic in the center of the octagon in yellow. Darren Elkins in black and white smeared with red.
Yeah, they don't get any tougher. Oh, he kicked him low.
You good? Time. Garen, right over here.
Inadvertent low kick.
Right over here, man. You good? You need time? Okay.
Bektic has 5 minutes with which to recover. We'll take another look.
Let's see that again. The crowd didn't really like that. Let's take a look at that one more time, please.
Good.
Maybe sounded a little worse than it looked.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly grazed it. We heard the cup slap.
Step on the gas. Step on the gas.
Very classic stance for Mirsad Bektic. Hands up high. Good left hook, right hand there.
I mean, Elkins eats shots that would drop lesser featherweights. Unbelievable chin on Darren Elkins. His last 7 fights in the UFC have gone the distance. Shot here from Bektic. He has taken down all of his UFC opponents at least twice, 3 of 5 tonight.
See, now, as Bektic engages Darren Elkins like this and leaves his neck out there, this gives Darren Elkins a chance to scramble. I mean, this is where Darren Elkins has a chance to win this fight. Something can happen here. Look.
I couldn't agree more, Joe. I think that Bektic's giving Elkins the only shot he has to win by grappling with him.
Yeah, it's really weird because he's lighting him up on the feet. He's so much faster.
But that explains how good he is on his feet, but how comfortable he is actually grappling. That's his first asset. That's where he's comfortable and resting in his own mind.
It's really interesting because he's putting himself into bad positions. Because on the feet, he's just like 2 steps ahead of Darren. And look at this. He goes for the takedown, but look, Darren's stuffing it now, and stuffing it well. I mean, Bektic is forcing himself into Darren's best position.
And this comes down to where your comfort zone is, Joe. I mean, Bektic is clearly winning on the feet, the path of least resistance, landing more, barely getting hit at all, and he's going to the grappling because he's comfortable here, whether he's losing or winning or not.
Well, now he's got it. He got the takedown here right in front of us.
And he's continued to get it. And realistically, he's done well from the top 2, so it makes sense to go for the takedown.
He certainly has, but it really has been the only opportunity that Darren has had to be successful.
Agreed.
They've all come from these scrambles. And Bektic again with that great top pressure, good use of the shoulder. But look, Darren's scrambling, and Darren's got the knee. He's got that leg locked up. He's got that heel hook. He's got a heel hook. It's too low. It's too low. He does not have it. He doesn't have it anymore. It's too close to the crotch. He's got to adjust and get deeper. But at least he's on top.
He's got that front headlock too. Elkins really likes his position. He's strong here. And this is what you were talking about, Joe, where Bektic gives him a shot. Now Elkins is in a positive position that he wants to be.
Yeah, and he's doing damage here.
And could Elkins get here if they were staying on the outside striking is the question.
Good point. Or could he get here if he tried to take Bektic down?
I don't know.
Might not be able
Bektic is too quick, I think.
Yes.
So that's experience, I'd say, on Bektic's part. A little bit of lack of experience on Bektic's part to go into this fight.
And experience in deep water. And that is what Darren Elkins is all about, deep water. This kid breathes underwater.
Couldn't agree more, Joe.
He's out! He's out!
Absolutely incredible.
Wow! You want to talk heart?
You guys were all over it. Elkins had a window. Darren Elkins with a stunner tonight in Vegas.
Unbelievable. What a victory for Darren Elkins.
And Elkins, Joe, brought to tears. What a win tonight. The biggest of his career. Let's get to the move of the fight, sponsored by Metro PCS. Switch to Metro PCS and get a fast nationwide 4G LTE network for only $30 period.
He catches him with his right hand. He hurts him. He hurts him there bad. Gets him with the kick. Boom! Puts him away. And that's it. Darren Elkins. Look at this, folks. Boom! He catches him there. Catches him there clean. You see the legs go. That kick didn't even land on the face. It looked like it was the punch before that put him away.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Chris Dione has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 19 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by TKO, Darren the Damage Elkins.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over your instructions. I expect a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, go back. Let's do this.
Yeah, that was more than a touch. That was a small statement. Continuing with that intense stare down yesterday at the weigh-ins. Bigfoot and Velasquez. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Ready? Ready? Let's fight!
Tonight's clock brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go!
The real question, Mike, is going to be whether or not Bigfoot can deal with Kane's speed.
Wow. Bigfoot.
And he's already down.
Bigfoot threw a kick. Kane caught the leg and tossed him down. Bigfoot is good on his back. Watch the up kicks.
Kane got caught with one up kick. Good guard so far by Bigfoot.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Antonio Silva.
He's got to protect himself from the ground and pound, though.
Silva with wins over UFC champions Andre Arlovsky and Rico Rodriguez, as we talked about. He'd like to add a win over former champion Cain Velasquez to his resume. Velasquez, one of the most well-conditioned heavyweights in the UFC today. And he fought and competed in wrestling with that same ferocity. He's cut Silva open with an elbow.
One short elbow was all it took by Kane. Wow, there's a lot of blood. And another short elbow.
Kane is a determined and focused mixed martial artist. As determined, as hardworking as any in the game today.
Silva's having a hard time seeing Mike. That blood is going right into his eyes. Kane caught him right on the bridge of the nose, right in between the eyebrows.
Velasquez.
He's attacking that spot now.
Continuing to score with ground and pound, and another elbow, Joe. They push the head away to gain the leverage.
Bigfoot's having a really hard time seeing. Look at all that blood, man. That's incredible how much blood that is.
Nasty. As Joe mentioned, Antonio Silva was with the American Top Team, went to the Black Zillions for a bit. Alistair Overeem came to the Black Zillions, and Silva returned to his home with American Top Team. They're going to check the cut.
Move your corner, please.
We're going to take a look at that cut.
You see? Let it go.
You okay with it? You good with it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
That's it. Here. Down. On the ground.
They're going to bring him right back to the ground. There's the elbow that caused it. And Josh Rosenthal is going to start them off right back on the ground where they were.
And Velasquez continues with a high output pace of ground and pound. No fighter can match the striking output of Cain Velasquez.
And Bigfoot is still having a hard time. He keeps shaking his head, trying to clear his vision. He's underhooking the leg of Cain Velasquez, attempting a sweep here. He's got to go deep under that leg, though. And Cain, recognizing that, moves that hand and continuing to tee off on Bigfoot.
Velasquez averages more significant strikes per minute than anyone in the UFC today. Number 2 is Anderson Silva. Antonio Silva is in early trouble here. The left hand connects. Bloodied up by a sharp elbow of Cain Velasquez. And he continues to bleed.
Yeah, this is a mess, man. I mean, this is really, he's really struggling to see Mike. And he's opening him up further. Oh, another hard elbow. This is...
Velasquez is a warrior. Now he's going to be very slippery as Silva now.
Cain's got his back.
Josh Rosenthal might stop this.
Bigfoot tries to roll.
Rosenthal was moving in closely.
Bigfoot knows this is a huge fight for him. He knows it's a huge opportunity. And he's trying, but Cain is absolutely relentless. He's totaling up.
Trying to finish it right here. It is all over. Cain Velasquez finishes Antonio Silva.
That was a statement. That was a real statement by Cain Velasquez.
That man's ready for another shot at the title.
A brilliant and efficient performance by Cain Velasquez.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
And this is the first elbow that started all the damage. A nice short elbow. And it is some nasty ground and pound by the former champion. Just absolutely relentless attack by Cain Velasquez.
Velasquez cut him early, beat him up throughout the round, and earns a huge victory. And positions himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Rosenthal has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 36 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Cain Velasquez.
But just from the information I've got, he's trained pretty hard for this fight.
And he gets some big strikes delivered early. BJ Penn looking to finish it quickly. Lightweight championship is underway.
Joe does not want to wind up at his back, and this is where he is immediately.
BJ Penn came storming out.
Joe is a very talented fighter, very talented in jiu-jitsu, but his jiu-jitsu is, there's levels in jiu-jitsu, and BJ's is a notch above Joe.
It's a notch above most people in the world. Sean, you have battled the best in the world. You are truly one of the best in the world. But are there sometimes things that BJ Penn does that even make you go, wow?
You know, for me, I think it's that flexibility.
Yeah.
That's something you don't see very often, and it's something that's hard to train for, because if you don't see that on a daily basis, it's hard to prepare for that. So the flexibility is definitely what I think separates him from most of the other fighters out there.
And the ability to move those legs, not just the flexibility in them. He has movement of them like other people have movement of their arms.
Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, former lightweight champion Sean Shirk joining us here in the broadcast booth. One will leave with the belt tonight. Sean Shirk will get a chance to get it back.
BJ's pressing Joe up against the cage, and Joe has a desperate look in his eyes, trying to avoid that.
Well, it was you know, the amazing thing in the fight with Jens Pulver was that BJ Penn kind of overpowered him and threw him around, and Jens admitted that. Jens goes to 145 in the WEC. He's trying to do the same here early, Sean, with Joe Stevenson.
It looks like he's trying to set the pace here, trying to set it at a high rate, maybe trying to tire out Joe, put some doubt in his mind. I mean, he's doing a good job here of controlling the fight and hitting and trying to take the fight away from Joe right in the beginning.
So far, so good for BJ Penn. A big strike early on Stevenson. Remember, this is a title fight, a championship matchup scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. You could just see, Joe, as this fight started, BJ Penn, you know, he'll get in great shape. He'll make the way to 155, but you could see as they were introducing him what high level of
BJ's got his back. Joe rolled over. Yeah, he's got his mount now. Wow. He's got a mount. He's grapevined him.
Trying to overwhelm and finish Stevenson here in the first round.
I was talking with Mark Lehman. I ran into Mark Lehman at the airport. We were talking about BJ's control, and he was telling us how his top game, like his control in the mount, his control when he's got your back is just really unbelievable. And until you've experienced it, it's just another level of control that BJ has.
Stevenson talked earlier in the week about this being his childhood dream to be a world champion, and he's living his dream. He seemed very unfazed coming into this matchup, and he's looking to weather the early storm.
Well, Joe's done a really good job so far of avoiding. I mean, he has avoided having BJ pass his guard. He got cracked there. BJ had him mounted, they had the grapevines in, and Joe got out of that situation, which is amazing in itself. He's back to that spot again.
BJ's got some really heavy hands, and I think he's using those punches to kind of stifle Joe and make Joe try to roll away and make a mistake with, you know, with trying to hurt him with those punches.
Penn definitely able to pass guard with relative ease here in round number 1.
He's got Joe inside control here.
BJ Penn gave Joe Stevenson a compliment when he said he reminds me of myself with his wrestling, his ground, and his stand-up. And it appears, as you said, Sean, he is not taking Joe Stevenson lightly.
No, he's coming out, he's pressing the pace, and he's looking good. He's pretty much dominating the top position, trying to establish dominance early in the fight.
So
Stevenson striking from the bottom there,
Joe's doing a great job of avoiding, making sure that BJ doesn't get in a dominant position. Because a couple times BJ's got mount in him, BJ got side control on him, but he moved it back to guard. That's impressive.
Stevenson really trying to strike from the bottom.
There's not a whole lot of guys that can stop BJ once he's got into a dominant position. And Joe has done that, and he's brought it back to a much more neutral spot.
Big elbow by Penn. Oh, wide open is Joe Stevenson. That elbow cut him wide open. Stevenson, you can almost, Stevenson's disgusted and upset because he's like, oh man, now I got cut. He doesn't want the fight to stop, but he is wide open.
Wow.
Nasty.
That is one of the quickest bleeding cuts I think I've ever seen.
Joe's upset, like I said, that this cut is very well going to be the end of this fight, because that is nasty.
Yeah, that's like a broken fire hydrant.
Depends on where that cut is. If that cut's looks like it's in the middle where it could cause some problems.
Dripping with blood, coming out and ready to go. Wow, and a different look in his eyes. Almost like, now you've wounded me, now you have a big problem.
Well, there's a sense of urgency now. He knows there's a cut on the head. If the fight keeps going, it could cause more of a problem and make the doctor take a second look at it.
Oh, big elbow by Joe Stevenson. What a picture of a warrior.
Looks like that cut's in a spot in Joe's forehead where the blood is going right between his eyes. It's not going in either eye, so the doctor could see that and let this fight keep going.
Wow, hands tight, moving around, wanting to avoid this fight going back down to the ground. BJ has excellent stand-up. Stevenson, with that urgency that Sean talked about, willing to exchange here. Caught him with a hook. Lightweight championship on the line.
Stevenson is key-eyeing with every punch.
He ate a left there. He was doing that from the ground too, Joe, in the first round. Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen that from him before.
Joe's boxing, to me, looks a lot more crisp than it has in the past. You got to figure with BJ's takedown defense, he must have known that this fight was going to remain on the feet for a while.
Uppercut. You know, Sean, you pointed out that the blood seems to be dripping down the center of his face, if you will, and not into his eyes. And It almost appears from our angle right here that it has not impaired his vision yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's something the doctor's looking at very closely right now. The blood's not going in his eyes. He can still see. You can notice he's not wiping his blood away from his eyes because it's not in his eyes. If there was a problem, now the doctor's going to look at it again, but you can see there's no blood in his eyes, so it shouldn't be a problem.
And this is why, in the first round, he reacted the way he did to getting cut open because, as you know, against Florian, you don't want to fight to stop that way if you feel fine other than the fact you're bloodied up.
You don't want to lose a fight by a cut, and you really don't want to win a fight by a cut either, and it's something that's hard to deal with, and it does send a sense of urgency if you were the one that's getting cut.
Both these guys are covered in blood now.
Going to make them both very slippery, Joe, which is going to make a submission pretty highly unlikely.
Oh, good uppercut, good right hand. Joe's in trouble.
And BJ Penn has Joe Stevenson's back.
Joe does a great job of rolling over. He gives BJ the mount, though. He's got to keep his composure here. That blood has got to be in his eyes now, but he's doing a good job. He holds on to BJ's wrist. And he's going to roll, but he's got to be careful in giving up his back.
Now, as you said, Joe, the blood is in his eyes. Big time.
He's just got to be careful that in this terrible spot that he doesn't lose his composure and give up a bad position. He's mounted, but if BJ gets his back with full hooks in,
it's the one submission
and
that
he's got him flat
very
down.
well in the fight.
Joe rolls over on his back again. This is better. BJ's got his legs crossed underneath him, though. You see that? That's almost like a guard from the top, and that's a very strong mount there like that. When you have your feet crossed under and you can grip a hold of the guy's body, very difficult for him to shake you off.
90 seconds remains in the round. Another elbow.
Oh,
that's a big left. Slippery as they are, he's going to go for the choke.
Well, you know what, Mike? The slipperiness actually helps chokes. He's got that one arm trapped. Notice that? BJ's really good at that. He traps that left arm. I mean, that's that physical dexterity that he has with his legs. He's got the choke.
Here we go.
That's it. That's a wrap.
It is all over. BJ Penn is the UFC lightweight champion.
Sean Shark, how frustrating is that to hear those words?
That's real frustrating. It's something I've worked real hard to get, and it's something I still feel like belongs to me. So looks like it'll be me and BJ next, and get that belt back where it belongs, right in Minnesota.
Give us your thoughts on that fight.
It's not going to go like this one did. You know, I feel like my boxing's better than his. My cardio's better. My heart's bigger. You know, I mean, anything can happen in a fight, though.
Joe is in some big trouble. Rock solid mount by BJ. He rolls him over, gets his back, and in this position, the blood actually helps get the choke. It makes it more slippery. It helps that arm sink underneath the neck, and he's got it deep.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 2 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke. And now, the new UFC lightweight champion of the world, the Prodigy, BJ Penn.
You ready? Let's go war! And here we go.
Oh my God!
Swinging.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable start.
Oh, Diego's all over him. Guida got rocked. He's going in for the takedown.
The knees. Sanchez using the uppercuts. Sanchez with a huge
piece.
Flying knee. Guida covering up. Rosenthal has the mouthpiece. They'll wait for a little stop, but Diego might not give it to him. Let's see if Guida tries to duck under and go for the takedown, Joe. He's getting eaten up early. Sanchez really looking for the uppercut. What a flurry to start our main event. Again with the knee.
Diego is all over Clay Guida with these punches. Guida with the takedown. Right into full guard. Now here's an interesting point, Mike. Clay Guida's hair is going to make it a little easier for Diego Sanchez to control him in the guard. And one of the reasons is it's going to be harder for him to slip his head out of things if Diego can get a hold of the back of his neck with his legs. A little more traction.
Guida looking to impose his will now.
Guida keeping his elbow on the neck of Diego Sanchez. And Diego has a very solid jiu-jitsu game, but he's a top game guy. He wants to be on top, dominating. And Clay wants to keep him on the ground like this. This is Clay Guida's game, stifling the jiu-jitsu, keeping the guy on his back. The kind of guy that's going to give Clay Guida problems is the kind of guy with a killer guard. A Shinya Aoki type of a guy.
Both men are bleeding, Joe. Blood coming out of the nose of Diego Sanchez.
Diego Sanchez using the rubber guard, shakes him off. Clay Guida's on top of him.
And now it's Guida pushing the pace.
You know, this is a time for Josh Rosenthal to give Clay Guida his mouthpiece back.
Ah, very nice call and a great job done by Rosenthal.
Yeah, you don't want to get broken teeth or anything.
Diego,
he is, wow, Clay Guida's bleeding real bad from his nose. That might be a broken nose, Mike.
Sanchez came out dynamically.
I'll tell you one thing, Sanchez looks much...
Guida gets rocked by the head kick.
Wow, I thought he was out. Clay Guida's got a hell of a chin.
Unbelievable drive for Guida. And the flying knee again. Sanchez looks tremendous.
His striking has improved incredibly. Oh my God,
just teeing off.
Clay's covering up. Clay has tremendous heart though, Mike. He is not gonna give up. And he gets a welcome break by pushing Diego up against the cage.
Sanchez all over Guida. And again with the uppercuts. 1:05 remains in the first round.
Clay Guida's face is a mess.
How he recovered from that head kick, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was out. It's all heart. The kid has just tremendous drive.
Tremendous drive, tremendous heart, tremendous cardio.
And Diego takes him down into side control. Good scramble by Clay to get back to half guard, but Diego's on top of him, and that's not a good place.
You know what, and it's not very often that we've seen Clay Guida get taken down at all. And Sanchez successful there.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how much damage Diego has given him in this round. I mean, what a first round. My God. Diego keeping a lot of pressure on the neck of Clay Guida.
What a frenetic pace for the first 5 minutes of our main event of the evening. They came out swinging, and they closed swinging. Well, I wonder what Dana White thought of that first round. Main event of the evening, Pearl at the Palms, looking for the head kick again.
Again with that left head kick.
But Guida came away at the end of the round clapping his hands like, all right, let's keep going.
Oh, he's crazy. Guida is gonna definitely look for the takedown. That's what his corner was asking for. They want him to take him down and get on top, and there he shoots for it, and he is on top.
Diego has worked his striking a ton in San Diego.
Yeah, his striking has really dramatically improved. I mean, his whole game is dramatically improved, but really his striking. Now, what Diego would like to do off of his back is try to sweep Clay Guida. I mean, that's really... Elbows from the bottom by Diego. He's trying a high guard here.
Lots of fingers in the face.
Clay Guida's covering the mouth of Diego Sanchez. What he would like to do is get Diego pressed up against the cage and rough him up.
Guida looking to punish Diego Sanchez.
And Guida is an expert at stifling submissions. He's an expert at stopping jiu-jitsu and roughing guys up ugly. Punches, elbows, staying on top of them, which is what he's doing right now to Diego. Diego rolling for a Kimura. Again, Diego has a very high-level jiu-jitsu game. Clay Guida's got to be very careful with this, and he sticks his own head in there to protect himself.
Guida wears down his opponents. And I'll tell you what, Diego Sanchez has always been known for his off-the-charts cardio.
What Diego's got to do is pull that arm out and away from the body of Clay Guida and then lift it up and towards his head while maintaining the full guard. If he can get those arms separated, Clay Guida's free. And this is what Clay wants, ground and pound. He wants to fight this round exactly this way. He wants to stay on top, stay in this exact same position, and fight ugly.
Sanchez taking a look up at the clock. Also trying to see what his position is by staring into the big screens. Good control here in round 2 by Guida, after Sanchez did everything he could to try to finish this fight in round 1.
Wow, the chance of Guida ring through the building. Everybody loves a comeback. He's got to be careful here because Diego's got his feet against the cage. Diego is rotating, and Clay recognizes that and tries to drag him away. And again, Diego is not much of a guard guy. His game is more of a top game.
Clay Guida, good Illinois boy, huge Chicago Bears fan.
Out of the glove there.
Frequent visitor to Soldier Field, and he fights like a Chicago Bear football player, like a Dick Butkus.
He fights
like a Mike Singletary.
Fights like a wild chimpanzee is how he fights.
I'll tell you what.
The only thing he doesn't do is bite your fingers off, but the dude's a wild man. Elbows from the bottom by Diego, powerful elbows, and Clay's covering up. These are good. Man, those are some solid elbows from the bottom. Maybe some of the best we've ever seen from the guard, Mike.
I mean, this is Kenny Florian type bottom work with the elbows.
He goes to the rubber guard, but I can tell right away that Diego needs work on his flexibility in order to pull this out. He's having a hard time keeping his leg up there.
That one landed.
Oh, Diego's bloody. Well, someone's bloody. It might not be Diego. You know, it might be the top of the head of Clay Guida.
Continues with those elbows. Guida continues to punch away.
You know, Boss Rutan won the heavyweight title from Kevin Randleman with elbows from his back. Diego rotated there, tried to go for an armbar, but like I said, Clay Guida is a master at stifling jiu-jitsu. Man!
Gentlemen, let's fight!
And Sanchez.
Look for Clay Guida right away to shoot for the takedown. And I guarantee you, Diego Sanchez does not want to line up in his back again.
Looking to strike to set up the takedown. Both men bloodied, neither beaten. Sanchez pushes forward again.
Clay landed a good shot there.
Well, you could make the argument Sanchez won round 1 and Guida won round 2. Third and final round. Sanchez slipped. Guida tries to take advantage. Sanchez has only been defeated twice in his mixed martial arts career, by Koscheck and Fitch. He's come back and won 3 straight since that point. Look for the head kick again. He connected on it in round 1.
You know, if you score by the rounds, I can see that Clay Guida won the second round and Diego definitely won the first round. However, Diego won the first round huge. So it'd be really interesting to see how the judges scored, whether they gave him a 10-8 round or what. Big uppercut from Diego. Clay goes for the takedown and Diego shook it off.
3.5 remains. Looking for his 3rd win over an Ultimate Fighter winner, Guida. Looking for his 2nd straight win at 55, Sanchez. I mean, he really helped to put the Ultimate Fighter on the map. You know, the great fight between Griffin and Bonner's always talked about. But Diego's personality was a huge part of the original Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, he's a very unusual dude, to put it mildly. But that's one of the reasons why he's such a great fighter. He's got this tremendous belief in himself, and he doesn't care what other people think about him.
What a battle between these 2 lightweights tonight. Our main event of the evening. Uppercut by Diego Sanchez. Diego's got that left hand loaded and he delivers
Big
it.
overhand by Clay Guida.
Again, Sanchez with a combination. Guida bloodied up on that right side. Good shot to the liver.
Guida so far has only attempted 1 takedown in this round. I believe, I'd like to see him try to shoot again, and he faked one right there.
Well, you know what? He may not like those elbows from the guard position of Diego Sanchez.
I'm sure he doesn't, but he definitely was more successful in that round. What was that?
Again with the head kick. 2 minutes remains.
It looked like he was about to break dance.
He might if he wins this fight.
He shoots. Diego gets his back.
Oh my, slippery though. They're all bloody and slippery.
Diego's got to be careful because Clay's on top now.
And that's where Guida had his most success in round 2.
Diego's trying to hold to an arm triangle. He basically doesn't want to give up this position. He's in full guard. It looks like he's got an arm triangle,
Man, he's locking it in, Joe.
No.
And he lost it.
Clay's on top here. Like I said, Clay is an expert at stifling submission attempts.
Just as we had hoped. 2 relentless warriors.
You know, honestly, Mike, if you look at it scoring-wise, this could be a draw. If Clay wins this round, wins this at 10-9, and if Diego won the first, it's a 10-8, and if Clay won the second, it's a 10-9, this could be a draw.
The big question is...
Diego working for Kimura again. He's trying to pull out the right arm of Clay Guida. You see that, Mike?
Yep.
Now, if he gets it out, what he's going to do, he's going to pop it out. He's going to try to pull it up and back towards the head of Clay Guida.
The big question is, did Diego Sanchez earn himself some 10-8s? Only time will tell. 35 seconds now remains in the fight.
He pulls it out, but Clay's got his arm straightened.
For what looked like it might end quickly, Guida, not surprisingly so.
This move takes a tremendous amount of strength, especially at this stage of the fight. Both guys are exhausted. It's going to be hard for him to yank that out and separate it and pull it up and back behind Clay Guida's head. On the other hand, for Clay Guida, it's going to be an armbar.
Final seconds of the fight. Big shot by Guida. Guida continuing to the final bell.
Wow, what a fight.
A great fight in our main event of the evening.
Man, did that live up to its promise or what?
And boom, the neck kick. Guida goes down. Somehow he's able to recover. This is flush. Sanchez looked to pounce and finish. But nonetheless, even though there were a couple of big shots that Guida took in round 1, this fight goes the distance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Patricia Morse-Jarman scores the contest 29-28, Guida. Glenn Trober scores it 29-27, Sanchez. And Nelson Hamilton scores the contest 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Diego Nightmare Sanchez.
In the paint! Keep it in the paint, Tony! In the paint! Get him in the paint!
Ferguson came home from the hospital after surgery in April, immediately started doing 20-pound curls until he couldn't work out anymore. He is a freak.
See Pettis going right after the knees right away of Ferguson.
Right away.
Right after the leg. And it already hurts. You see him limping already. Can't get kicked in the legs. That hurts.
And Ferguson returns to him.
And you see the scar on the side of his knee. Pettis going right after that lead leg.
Yeah, it seems like Ferguson's limping a little bit on that leg.
It looks like it hurts. He just got kicked in it very hard.
Well, you got to realize when you're talking about 6 months from a catastrophic knee surgery like that, I mean, completely detached from the bone, massive scar, you got to wonder if it's 100%.
It's only been 6 months?
Yeah, April. Injury was April 1st.
Well, Dom, you're a guy who's come back from multiple surgeries. You know how long it takes. It's very rare that someone can come back from a gigantic knee surgery and be 100% after 6 months.
Well, 6 months is a ridiculous time frame, I'll be honest. It takes at least 9 to get as strong as you need it. So the fact that he's pushing the pace like that is pretty crazy.
Nice stick.
And I don't like the way he's moving. It looks like it's hurt.
He might have rushed it, but we don't know.
We don't know
that with Ferguson.
Right, it could have been the kicks that Pettis landed.
Because he looks good now.
Or it could be that it's hurt.
The biggest thing Ferguson said he wanted to do was utilize his jab in this fight. That was going to be the biggest problem for Pettis. And what's cool about it is he switches and he's got a really good southpaw jab and a really good conventional jab.
Oh, yeah, he can absolutely fight from anywhere. The question is, did he give himself enough time to recover from the surgery?
And he did no physical therapy. He took his recovery into his own hands, none.
I don't know what to say about any of that. I honestly have no words for that.
Don't shoot the messenger.
He's crazy. I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's brilliant in that regard.
Correct. That's his own way.
The Pettis camp felt like they picked up a lot of things on tape of Ferguson being a hittable guy. Tony said, watch all the film you want. I'll pick him apart on the feet. So we have hit the midpoint of round 1.
Blocked it all, though.
And nothing landed.
Well, he spends a lot of time working on a Wing Chun dummy. He does that.
Yeah.
I mean, he does a lot of really unorthodox stuff in terms of mixed martial arts.
Your friend Eddie Bravo talks about him training for 6 hours straight. I mean, it's absurd.
Well, Eddie's trained with a lot of guys. He said he's never seen anyone with the kind of endurance that Tony has.
I know you hit that elliptical for 2 hours the other day.
I mean, his pressure is crazy. The pressure that he's putting on Pettis right now is silly. This is exhausting to move the way Pettis has to, and he's guessing too, because look how Ferguson moves his head, switches combination, switches, always giving you a different look, and always pressuring you, and he's not chasing. He's heading off Pettis.
Yeah, tremendous pressure, and whatever we thought was going on with his leg earlier might have just been, ooh, and there's another hard leg kick to that leg, but he looks fine.
Yeah, nice counter right from Ferguson.
And he's using it a lot. Inside leg kick with that leg. He's landed several to Pettis' left leg. Tremendous pressure, though. Look at him.
Pettis doing a good job seeing everything. The only thing that worries me is moving back this much is exhausting if you're Pettis. That pressure is just ridiculous. And he's got to clinch him or do something to deal with the pressure. Go to the body of Ferguson, fake a shot, throw uppercut, throw knees, something. Because right now Ferguson is just on it.
All over him. Front kick to the body, inside leg kick again. I mean, he is just smothering Pettis. Pettis just can't get any space.
He's basically keeping him in a phone booth by heading him off.
And he's slowing down. You're seeing Pettis' punches coming slower.
Well, the key is of what Ferguson's doing game plan-wise is now Pettis doesn't have this trickiness. He can't make reads. He can't have timing because he's moving back the whole time.
Blocked. Nice left hand there, stuck by Ferguson.
Beautiful uppercut. And look at him, walking him down, talking to him.
Beautiful jab there by Ferguson, former two-time All-American wrestler at Grand Valley State University as a wrestler.
Again, inside leg kick twice. And just does not get tired. It's one of the craziest things about this guy.
I think, sorry, Joe, go ahead. Just as mentally tough as it comes, and he draws such strength from that. Couple big right hands from Ferguson. Round 2 here.
Second round, fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? Fight!
Well, the pressure's already exhausting, but then you add the fact that he's pressuring by switching stance, so that takes away your counter reads too. And then he's kicking your legs when he switches stance.
Yeah, he's chewing.
Oh! He's hurt, and that's one thing about Pettis. He can finish anything. He's on him. He's on him.
He's attacking the leg.
Oh, Ferguson bleeding bad here, busted open.
Beautiful by Pettis. And that's the thing, Pettis wanted a war. He wanted to feel this pain, and so he's in it. And now he got what he wanted. He hurt Ferguson, and now he has Ferguson's respect.
There's a lot of blood coming from somewhere.
Might be his jaw.
Yeah, it looks like the mouth of Tony Ferguson.
So some definite adversity here for Ferguson.
Pettis has got to be very careful of Tony's guard, though. I would like to see him try to just stand up.
I'm just glad this is on the ground because I want to see these two gentlemen grapple. Ferguson right after it, immediately staying offensive.
Well, there's a tremendous amount of blood coming out of Tony Ferguson's mouth. And you got to wonder what is going on.
I think it's from his head.
A lot of it coming from Pettis, too.
Head?
It's got to be the top of his head. Or is he, I don't know, I can't tell.
It might be from both gentlemen.
Yeah, they're both cut to pieces.
Pettis is
losing
a ton of
from
blood
an elbow from Ferguson.
This fight as advertised so far.
This is what they wanted, and this is what we get.
Jason Herzog's going to check that cut of Anthony Pettis.
I think it was on the ground that he landed that. I think he threw it in the guard and landed it on Anthony in the guard.
This can't be that bad that they have to stop this.
No, well, right.
It's not above the eye, so they won't stop it because it's not above the eye.
Oh, it's in the hairline. It's a giant cut on the right side of his head.
I need another rag for his eyes. Please, a rag. How are we doing? He's good. He's fine. Okay, one moment. I need a rag. Let's get over.
Herzog now calling for a rag to clear Tony's eyes.
Good reffing by Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog, one of the best in the business.
This is a fight.
We are the only 3 gentlemen sitting in the T-Mobile Arena right now.
Woo! Oh my goodness, it's getting wild.
I'm just thankful for this fight right here, right now.
I mean, how's this as an appetizer for Khabib and Conor? 3 minutes to go in this second of a possible 3 rounds. Ferguson ripping the body there.
Ferguson seems to have fully recovered.
And he's never even looked tired for a second. Just his head got jogged a little. Watch Pettis look for an overhand right. It's there all night.
Pettis flat against the cage here.
But he's looking like the pressure is just too much again like it was earlier. He landed a beautiful shot in between, and that's what he was saying he needed to do. Find the openings and land.
Non-stop output and forward motion from Tony Ferguson.
I mean, he puts pressure on you like no one else in the business. Right hand to the body.
Oh.
Right hand.
Pettis forced to retreat here. Under 2 minutes to go in the round.
Oh, left hook.
Pettis has taken a lot of big shots here, Joe.
Big elbow.
I mean, Ferguson is just non-stop.
He's sliced up the left side of him as well now.
See, the thing about Ferguson is he loves the pain.
He does. Pettis, I think, cut from that cloth as well. He is masked in blood here.
Pettis showing his toughness right now. He's not out of this. He's still throwing heat, and he can still drop Ferguson at any point. We've seen it.
There's that elbow
beautiful.
Again.
Grab the hand, slip over the top with an elbow. has the right hand. That's there all night for him if he can fire it at the right time.
Ooh, left hand lands flush for Pettis.
Oh my goodness. I can't take this after the Derek Lewis fight.
They're literally fighting in a phone booth right now.
This is amazing.
Thank you, guys. Oh my goodness.
Another elbow from Tony Ferguson, under a minute to go in the round.
These guys are just exchanging in the corners.
Oh, that cut on Anthony Pettis is something else.
Nice elbows by Ferguson. He mixes it up so well, and he doesn't stop being offensive.
No such thing as breathing room when you're fighting Tony Ferguson.
Those are landing very heavy. Ferguson's hitting him very hard. Pettis needs to get on his bike and start moving. He can't sit here like this.
And we just got showered with blood here in the booth. Final seconds of the round. Pettis covers up. Mixed martial arts.
Gracious.
Unbelievable pressure.
Unreal fight so far.
UFC at 229, Khabib versus McGregor is presented by Harley-Davidson. When you fire up an HD motorcycle, adrenaline kicks in and refuses to tap out. Check it out at h-d.com/explore.
Breathe, Anthony. Big breath.
Yeah, we're covered with blood.
You're good. You're good. Look up. Look up. Okay. What do you want to do? If you can't go, we got to stop it. What do you want to do? You tell me. That hand's broken?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? I don't want you going out there if you can't fight the way you need to fight, all right? I can't have you fighting him if you didn't got that hand, all right? Hand's broken. Yeah,
That's
he
it.
broke his hand.
So that's the fight. Anthony Pettis breaks his right hand. Duke Roufus not going to send his longtime pupil out there. Somewhat anticlimactic, but El Cucuy is back in a big way tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 2, Anthony Pettis' corner has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.